Some people have called me Density Daryl, and I take that as a compliment. We have to find new ways of allowing people to live here, to house here, people who were born and raised here, to stay here. So we have secondary suites, we have coach houses. We're very close behind the City of Vancouver in establishing them. We have a great number of them now. We're the first municipality in British Columbia to have legalized secondary suites and duplexes. So how are we going to live in the future where everyone can stay and be a part of our community and not forced out? And it's a real challenge because we're landlocked, we can't grow out, so we have to grow up, we have to densify, but we have to do it in a sustainable way. And I believe that we've done that. This was an old industrial wasteland, waterfront that no one wanted to be. It was one of the worst areas in North Vancouver to live. It is now one of the premium areas in North Vancouver to live. We've got a lot of mixed use here. We have still the shipyards just to one side. We have a commercial retail here that's vibrant. We have a lot of restaurants. It's sort of a restaurant hub here. And of course we have residential density to help and to add to all of this. So it really is a real great public space here with what's happened with our Friday night markets and the public events we have here. Soon to have an outdoor ice rink and a water park, and just really make it a gathering place for everyone in our community. So this was really a lousy place to be not 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and it's one of the most sought after places to live now. I think it's a good question, are we building too fast with the sort of access that we have here on the North Shore? And I would say up to now we've actually done it quite well, but if we're going to grow much more in the future, we're going to need much better public transit. We only have two bridges, the Lions Gate and the Ironworkers. They had 9 lanes of traffic in 1960, they have 9 lanes in 2018, so not much has changed. And for the most part, many of our residents are accepting of this. You have to remember, over 80% of our residents live in multi-family homes. And NIMBYism is there, and a lot of those people are scared, they're frightened, and I get it. So the NIMBYism has a role to play, and we have to understand their fears and what sort of say that, how can we do things better? So we have to work better with the community. The short answer is no, we're not doing enough for affordable rental housing and for housing in general. We need to be more progressive, and we need to be more aware of other opportunities to make housing affordable for people. And that's going to be our biggest challenge. Because it's not just the City of North Vancouver that has this, it's the entire Lower Mainland. And so we're going to have to all come together with the provincial government and the federal government, and I have to put a little bit of responsibility on them, because they're the ones that are responsible for housing and housing policy. We have no national housing, affordable housing strategy, so that we all can come together. But I'm actually quite positive that we're heading in the right direction, but we have to do more. There's no doubt about that, and I don't have all the answers. Our staff don't have all the answers, but it will mean that we have to work with all groups involved to come up with solutions to provide that affordable rental housing for people who can't afford to rent, to pay market rents.